Have you ever felt invisible in someone's life? Have you ever given your time, your energy, and your heart to someone only to realize that they no longer value you? It's one of the most painful experiences, watching someone who once cared about you start treating you like you don't matter. They stop appreciating your presence. They ignore your kindness. They make you feel replaceable. And in that moment, a storm of emotions takes over: anger, sadness, confusion, and self-doubt. But here's the truth. The way people treat you does not define your worth. Just because someone stops valuing you does not mean you are worthless. It means they were never meant to see your true value. And the biggest mistake you can make is letting their actions destroy your peace, your confidence, and your connection with Allah. In this video, we will talk about 9 common mistakes people make when they realize they are no longer valued. These mistakes keep you trapped in pain, seeking answers from the wrong places, and holding on to people who were never meant to stay. But most importantly, these mistakes distance you from the most powerful source of love and validation, Allah. No matter who leaves you, no matter who stops valuing you, Allah is enough. His love is enough. His plan is enough. You don't need to chase after people to feel worthy. You don't need their approval to be valuable. All you need is faith, patience, and the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. So, if you have ever felt unappreciated, abandoned, or overlooked, this video is for you. Stay with me till the end, and let's explore the 9 mistakes you should never make when someone stops valuing you. And before we begin, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring content. 1. Chasing after them. When someone stops valuing you, it can feel like a deep wound to the heart. You might find yourself questioning what went wrong, wondering if you could have done something different to keep their attention and respect. The pain of being ignored or discarded can be overwhelming, making you desperate to regain their validation. This desperation leads many people to chase after those who no longer value them, hoping to rekindle what has already faded. But here's the truth. When someone doesn't see your worth, running after them only lowers your dignity. The more you chase, the more they run. The more you beg for their time, the less they appreciate you. This is the sad reality of human nature. Think about it. If you give someone a valuable gift and they throw it away, would you pick it up and beg them to take it back? No, because that would only prove to them that the gift had no value in the first place. The same applies to relationships. When someone throws away the treasure of your presence, you must walk away with honor. You are not disposable. You are not a second option. You are a creation of Allah, worthy of love and respect. Never lower yourself for someone who does not see your worth. True value comes from within, not from how others treat you. When you chase after someone who ignores you, you tell yourself that your worth depends on their approval. But your worth does not come from people. It comes from Allah. He created you with wisdom, with purpose, and with love. If someone cannot appreciate the light within you, let them go. The people who truly deserve you will never need to be chased. They will recognize your value without you having to prove anything. Instead of running after those who reject you, run toward Allah. Turn to Him in prayer, pour your heart out to Him, and ask for the strength to move on. Healing comes when you stop begging for love from those who do not have the capacity to give it. Let them go, and make space for those whom Allah will bring into your life, those who will appreciate you for who you truly are. 2. Changing yourself to please them. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they feel unappreciated is changing themselves just to gain someone's approval. It starts with small compromises. Maybe you begin acting differently, dressing in a way that doesn't reflect your true self, or speaking in a way that isn't natural for you. You might start hiding your true opinions, forcing yourself to fit into a mold that wasn't made for you. All of this is done in the hope that the other person will notice you again, value you, and bring back the love and attention you once had. But this is not the way to find respect, nor is it the way to find happiness. The moment you change yourself just to please someone else, you begin to lose your own identity. You are no longer living for yourself, you are living for their validation. But ask yourself this: if you have to change who you are just to keep someone in your life, is their presence really a blessing? Any relationship, whether it's friendship, family, or love, should be built on acceptance, not conditions. The right people will appreciate you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. Think about how precious your identity is. Allah created you exactly the way He intended, with your unique personality, your strengths, and even your imperfections. Every part of you has been designed with wisdom. To change yourself just to please another human being is to say that you are not good enough as Allah created you. But that is not true. Your value does not depend on how much you fit into someone else's expectations. It depends on how much you stay true to your faith, your morals, and your dignity. People's opinions are temporary. One day they may like you, the next day they may not. If you keep changing yourself for them, you will forever be lost, constantly adjusting to their unpredictable expectations. Instead of seeking their approval, seek the approval of Allah. When you live for Him, you will find a deep peace within yourself, one that no human being can take away. 3. Seeking revenge. When someone stops valuing you, it's natural to feel hurt. The pain can turn into frustration, and frustration can turn into anger. You might start thinking, how could they treat me like this? I gave them my time, my care, and my respect, and they threw it all away. This anger might push you to seek revenge, to make them feel the same pain they made you feel. You may think about ignoring them, humiliating them, or even hurting them emotionally just to balance the scales. But here's the reality: revenge never heals a wounded heart. It only makes the wound deeper. The desire for revenge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. It doesn't bring peace, it brings more pain. When you try to hurt someone who hurt you, you are letting them control your emotions. Instead of moving forward, you stay stuck in the cycle of negativity. But Islam teaches us something higher, something more powerful than revenge: forgiveness and patience. Let Allah be the judge. He is the one who sees everything. No one gets away with injustice in this world. You don't need to take revenge because Allah's justice is far greater than anything you can do. When you let go of revenge, you free yourself. You break the chains that tie you to that person. Instead of focusing on how to hurt them, focus on how to heal yourself. 4. Constantly asking for an explanation. When someone stops valuing you, one of the first things you might feel is confusion. You start asking yourself, what happened? What did I do wrong? Why did they change? These thoughts can become so overwhelming that you feel like you need closure. You may find yourself repeatedly asking them, why are you treating me like this? Or, what changed between us? You keep looking for an answer, hoping that if they explain themselves, the pain will go away. But the truth is, sometimes there is no explanation that will satisfy you. People change. Their priorities shift. Sometimes they start taking you for granted without any reason at all. And the more you chase after an explanation, the more you push yourself into humiliation and unnecessary pain. If someone truly valued you, they would not leave you confused. They would make the effort to communicate with you, to be honest, and to show you respect. But when someone stops valuing you and does not care to explain, that in itself is the answer. Their silence speaks louder than any words ever could. You do not need their explanation to move on. What will an explanation do? Even if they tell you why they changed, will that bring back the love and respect they once had for you? No, it will not. Sometimes, knowing the reason only makes it harder to accept. Instead of searching for answers from them, turn to Allah. He knows the hearts of people, and He knows what is best for you. 5. Feeling worthless. When someone stops valuing you, it can feel like a personal failure. You might think, Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't deserve love and respect. Maybe I am worthless. These thoughts can destroy your confidence, making you believe that your value is based on how others treat you. But this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because your worth is not in the hands of people, it is in the hands of Allah. People are imperfect. They are unreliable. One day they love you, the next day they forget you. If you tie your self-worth to their opinions, you will always be disappointed. But if you understand that your worth comes from Allah, you will never feel broken, no matter who leaves or who stays. Allah created you with purpose. He made you special, unique, and important. Your value doesn't decrease just because someone fails to recognize it. A diamond remains a diamond, whether people admire it or ignore it. And you too remain valuable, no matter how people treat you. So, when someone stops valuing you, do not let their blindness make you doubt your worth. Instead, remind yourself, I am valuable because Allah created me. I have worth because Allah loves me. I am important because I am a believer. You do not need anyone's validation. The only approval that matters is Allah's approval. 6. Complaining to everyone. When someone stops valuing you, the pain can feel unbearable. You might feel frustrated, hurt, and confused, and in search of relief, you start complaining to everyone around you. You tell your friends, your family, and maybe even strangers about how unfairly you were treated. You go over every little detail, seeking comfort, validation, or even sympathy. But here's the truth. Constantly complaining won't heal you. It will only keep your wounds open. Talking about your pain once or twice with someone you trust is understandable. But when you repeat the same story over and over again, you are not moving forward. You are trapping yourself in the past. The more you talk about your pain, the more power you give to the person who hurt you. They may have walked away, but you are still holding on to them by keeping their actions alive in your mind and heart. Instead of finding peace, you become more frustrated. Not only that, but complaining to too many people can also damage your dignity. Some people might pretend to care, but in reality, they enjoy hearing about your struggles. They might even gossip about you behind your back, making your situation worse. The more you share your pain with the world, the more vulnerable you become to people who do not truly have your best interests at heart. So who should you turn to? Turn to Allah. Complain to Him, cry to Him, tell Him everything that is in your heart. Unlike people, He will never get tired of listening to you. He will never judge you or betray your trust. And most importantly, He can heal you in a way that no human ever can. 7. Holding on to toxic people. When a person repeatedly shows you through their actions that you don't matter to them, believe them. Do not make excuses for their disrespect. Do not lower yourself to begging for their attention. If someone was meant to stay in your life, they would stay willingly. If they truly cared, you wouldn't have to force them to treat you right. Holding on to toxic people is dangerous. It drains your energy, destroys your self-worth, and distances you from Allah. These people might manipulate you, take advantage of your kindness, or use you for their own benefit. But deep down, they do not truly care about you. And the longer you hold on, the more pain you will suffer. Think about it. Do you really want to keep someone in your life who does not even see your worth? Do you really want to waste your time and emotions on someone who makes you feel unloved and unimportant? You deserve better. You deserve people who uplift you, respect you, and bring you closer to Allah. And sometimes, the only way to find those people is to walk away from the ones who are holding you back. 8. Seeking validation from others. When someone stops valuing you, you might feel an urgent need to prove your worth. You start seeking validation from others, hoping they will recognize your value and make you feel important again. You might try to impress people, change yourself to fit their expectations, or even go out of your way to gain their approval. But here's the harsh truth. If your self-worth depends on the opinions of people, you will always be disappointed. People are inconsistent. One day they praise you, the next day they criticize you. If you spend your life chasing their approval, you will become a prisoner of their opinions. You will always feel the need to be good enough in their eyes, forgetting that true worth is not given by people. It is given by Allah. No matter how hard you try, there will always be someone who doesn't appreciate you, someone who finds fault in you, someone who refuses to see your value. So why waste your energy trying to please them? The only validation that matters is Allah's validation. If He is pleased with you, it does not matter who is against you. If He loves you, it doesn't matter who dislikes you. Your worth is not measured by how people see you. It is measured by your faith, your sincerity, and your connection with Allah. When you focus on pleasing Him, you will no longer feel the need to prove yourself to anyone else. 9. Losing faith in Allah's plan. When someone stops valuing you, it is easy to fall into despair. You might ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why did Allah let this person treat me like this? Why do I keep facing heartbreak and disappointment? In moments of pain, Shaitan whispers doubts into your heart, making you question Allah's wisdom. But this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, losing faith in Allah's plan. Every hardship, every rejection, and every loss happens for a reason. You may not see it now, but Allah never allows anything to happen without wisdom. Sometimes He removes people from your life to protect you. Sometimes He closes a door because He has something better waiting for you. And sometimes He puts you through pain to make you stronger, wiser, and closer to Him. Imagine if everything in your life went exactly the way you wanted. Would you ever grow? Would you ever turn to Allah with sincerity? Often, it is in the moments of pain that we truly connect with our Creator. It is in the moments of loss that we remember that only Allah is permanent. Life is too short to waste on people who don't see your worth. If someone stops valuing you, let them go with dignity. Don't beg, don't chase, and don't let their actions shake your confidence. Your value doesn't decrease because someone fails to recognize it. You were created by Allah, and that alone makes you priceless. Remember, Allah's plan is always greater than your pain. The people who leave were never meant to stay. The doors that close were never meant to be yours. Trust Allah, and He will replace your losses with something far better than you can imagine. A better future is waiting for you. But first, you must let go of the past and trust in the One who holds your destiny. If this video inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Your support helps spread these messages of hope and faith. May Allah bless you, guide you, and fill your heart with peace. Until next time, take care and stay strong.